In today's society, the biggest form of communication is found through social media. Different social media outlets include, but are not limited to, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr, and many more. These applications are accessible to all populations that have internet access, especially because they are completely free. There can be many positive things said about these applications, however, there are its equal amount of controversies. Because these sites have grown quickly and spread internationally, almost every organization and business has been able to utilize them as devices to sell and push any product of ideals they wish. Many people that being connected is a great thing, but at the same time, we have seen that it can sometimes do more bad than good. When it comes to wellness and health, it is great to have a good support system and the proper tools to maintain or change your lifestyle for the better. Jennifer Lumba from Incentive Magazine writes, "The health and wellness industry ranks among the 5 most aggressive users of social media because the technology has proven effective in engaging clients." Because social media is seen everywhere and almost everyone has some form of social media application, it's easy to understand how doctors and nutritionists can effectively encourage and track the health progress of their patients or clients. It's so effective that even companies are utilizing it for the benefit of their employees and also to save some money. The site workforce.com explains, in 2008, the first year American Financial Group, or AFG, ran a social media-based walking program through vendor Walking Spree, the insurance company saved $9.27 in employee healthcare costs for every $1 spent on the program. This much saving shows that social media challenges and health programs can drastically impact the health of many employees. With this data, it's clear how social media can have a major positive impact on personal wellness. However, on the flip side, social media can be the feeding place of many negative communities and resources that enforce or try to sell unhealthy lifestyles and products. On the website Tumblr, you can see there are a number of images supporting anorexia and other disorders. The ability to come across these messages so easily is extremely disturbing because it can initiate and/or maintain a growing self-dislike and sickness. Because of social media like this, it is very hard to say that social media overall is a good health and wellness promoter. After asking a few members of the community questions regarding social media and wellness, I saw that they too had trouble deciding whether or not social media was good or bad. All the participants were asked the following questions. Do you think social media negatively or positively impacts society's current personal health and wellness? What do you believe is the biggest health and wellness issue impacting the U.S. today? In today's marketing and media world, which lifestyle do you believe is advertised more effectively, unhealthy or healthy? Do you believe that U.S. marketing regarding personal health and wellness is more geared towards men or women in today's society? Our first participant was a young 23-year-old female. Her opinion regarding the effects of social media and wellness mainly stands on the side where social media is viewed as a negative source. In her response, she states the following. There have been numerous instances of adolescents committing suicide due to rumors spread on social media, and the anonymity provided by social media allows for trolls to berate, degrade, and further cause harm to the personal health and wellness of others in ways that they previously wouldn't be able to. This is due to the fact that although we are typically raised that sticks and stones may break my bones, but your words will never hurt me, it is far from the truth. For the second question, she responds, I think that the biggest health and wellness issue affecting the U.S. today is the growing rate of obesity, especially childhood obesity. For years, we as a society have been looking for the easiest and fastest means of satisfying our whims. This even went all the way to our food. For the third question, she states, I believe that the more unhealthy lifestyle is advertised more effectively than the healthy lifestyle. While there have been great strides made in recent years to advertise for healthier alternatives, the majority of America is bombarded with the cheaper, more popular, unhealthy options that are more prevalent around the nation. Lastly, for the question regarding social media and gender bias, she explains the following. In my opinion, U.S. marketing regarding personal health and wellness is more geared towards men than women in today's society. You are more likely to see advertisements endorsing a healthy, strong physique for men. However, there is still the incorrect stigma that women who lift weights and work out are going to look too buff and butch. Thus, women are typically only marketed things that are girlier, such as yoga and Pilates activities, whereas men are given a large and wide variety of options. Our second participant is a 23-year-old male, and his responses to the questions, although brief, went straight to the point. I believe social media has a positive effect on personal health and wellness. Regarding the second question, the biggest issue is health education, closely followed by economic disparity. And thirdly, he states, a healthy lifestyle has come to dominate media, I believe. Lastly, regarding the gender bias question, he states women, by quite a bit. Our third participant is a 23-year-old female, and when asked the first question, she describes how both negative and positive impacts social media has. Like most things, I think it varies. On the one hand, seeing how wonderful everyone else's life is, or at least how wonderful it appears to be, and seeing how many likes or shares or retweets or etc. someone else has, can make a person feel depressed, lonely, isolated, a myriad of negative emotions. At the same time, social media is a great way to connect with people you otherwise wouldn't have been able to find support you can't find in person, to share feelings anonymously when you're too afraid to openly admit them, and all of these things can help reduce feelings of depression and isolation. For our second question, she states the following. I'm not sure that it is currently the health and wellness issue with the biggest impact in the U.S., but I believe preventative health should be providing comprehensive sexual education for kids, making birth control accessible, destigmatizing therapy, eliminating vaccine exemptions, regulating or incentivizing the avoidance of unhealthy foods. All things would not only make individual people healthier, they'd also be great for the U.S. as a whole by reducing the need for various expensive medical procedures in the future. For our third question, she responds, I think today there's an issue of conflating thin or fat with healthy or unhealthy. Backlash against fat shaming and the body positive movement have gained a lot of steam, and rightfully so, but sometimes at the expense of promoting a healthy lifestyle. That said, I believe the importance of exercise, being physically fit, and eating healthy has become more prominent in media and marketing, and fortunately, often with those things rather than being thin as the end goals. Lastly, regarding the gender bias question, she states, I believe marketing is more targeted towards women today. Mental health and eating healthy, I think, have always been geared towards women. Female animations for depression medication, women discussing how fat-free and delicious food is, whereas ads regarding exercise were typically geared towards men. But in the last few years, companies like Under Armour have been releasing ads geared towards women. Our last participant is also a 20-year-old woman. Regarding the question if social media is positive or negative, she too sees both sides of the coin. Depends on the social media. I think information and advice passed from person to person can be beneficial, but there's also definite negative impact, e.g., thinspo, pro-anorexia websites, etc. For our second question, she states, eating disorders and the perception of fatness or obesity. I think this perception is leading people, in particular young girls, to harm themselves. The beauty industry also capitalizes on this, making people feel less than. For our third question, she explains, I think an unhealthy lifestyle is marketed more effectively. Again, making people, especially women, feel less than, encouraging them to buy products to improve themselves, encouraging thinness at any cost. Lastly, for our gender and social media question, she responds, women, young and old, and everything in between. After reviewing articles and gathering opinions from the community, it's clear that the decision whether or not social media is a full-fledged positive promoter of health and wellness is still up in the air. Although there are many positive resources that social media provides us with, there are still too many negative aspects to really declare as a good outlet. Overall, I hope this story solidifies or showed you something new about social media and its impact on personal health and wellness. Thank you.